Well, hey everybody, we are going to head over to St. Thomas.
Go for a little walk out to the, I would say, ruins.
Yeah, so St. Thomas was a Mormon settlement back in the 1860s.
All right, what about it, Mormon?
In 1938, that was the last time it was occupied because of the rising waters, which created Lake Mead.
Right.
They had to abandon the town, and for decades it was underwater. It was under Lake Mead. And in 2008, due to receding waters, it became visible again, and people go out there and check it out.
Yeah.
Apparently at one time there was over 500 people living out there, and I think that's going to be kind of cool to go out there and see it.
So we'll go out and see what they say about it. There's some signage out there and a map of the area, so we'll be able to put some information in there. That's kind of cool.
So come along. It's hard to believe that Lake Mead used to cover this entire area. And we are headed out there.
Looks like remnants of a head gate, which is an irrigation system where they would have had a ditch and had a board that they could put down here to block the waters to flood either section to water things.
Yeah.
So
Kind of interesting that it's just sitting here like that.
well, you know, even 100 years, cement doesn't decompose.
No, but apparently the trough that it
Well, yeah, the trench, the ditch,
has filled in, and
yeah,
the remnants of it.
because this would have been a ditch. This would have been higher. I don't know. Interesting.
Okay, this talks about the dead.
Yeah, that's a wilderness area, which is federal.
Alright, so according to this information, St. Thomas was a major stop along the Arrowhead Trail. The Arrowhead Trail was the first designated automobile route between Salt Lake City and Los Angeles. The people, the residents of the area, had to maintain the road and agreed to rake more than 100 miles of it to keep it in good condition throughout the year. But due to the road, the area itself prospered as people utilized the road to traverse the area. Pretty interesting.
So Arrowhead was the modern day I-15.
Yeah, yeah, basically. And we're looking at the remnants of the town right here. What you're seeing off in the distance, from what it looks like on the map, was the schoolhouse. But then we've got several homes. We'll walk around them. It said crossing the Virgin River was a big problem because it would flood frequently. They did build a bridge across it, but in 1915. But that bridge burned down in 1925. It said the Arrowhead Trail was rerouted to the north, and today I-15 follows the same route. So what's this saying? So what this says is that St. Thomas was once covered by more than 70 feet of water, and it has receded at times. Anglers, boaters, and swimmers played above the ruins over the years, and today visitors walk among the foundations, imagining life as it unfolded 100 years ago. And there's a picture there, taken in 1945. So isn't it interesting to think that, you know, there's been over 70 feet of water directly overhead of us at one time.
This is a picture of the cement head gate that we passed when we first started on the trail. So, see, I was right. That's pretty cool.
Yes, you were. Just a country girl at heart.
Well, you know. Once you've seen a ditch, you've seen a ditch. They haven't changed much in 100 years.
So right here behind the sign here, it's talking about how that is a cistern that was used to collect water, and that they would filter the water through sand and charcoal. So what you're looking at is the remains of an ice cream parlor and grocery store.
For his large family.
Might have been one of our ancestors.
The Hanning store. So mining was extremely important to the community of St. Thomas. There's evidence to suggest that prehistoric Native Americans mined salt in the area. And of course later, when the area was settled, white men mined salt along with the minerals, copper, silver, and gold, which certainly weren't in a huge abundance, but were abundant enough to make it profitable. Unfortunately, copper apparently went down quite a bit after World War I, and that had a staggering hit on this community. The remains of the two-story school building that was built in 1915 and had 8 grades in it. Of course, that all ended in 1932. I guess it's interesting because the town didn't become flooded until 1938, but it says that the school was done in 1932. I'm not sure about why that is. High school students were transferred every day over to Overton, where they went to high school. Would you like to ride clear over to Overton every day to go to school?
Well, they had a bus.
Well,
The churn.
they did have a vehicle, but it, you know, who knows if it was always running back in those days.
Wow.
And again, it's really interesting for me to sit and think that we had at one point 70 feet of water above us when the dam was full. 70 feet, that is twice as tall as the 10-meter board at Lava. Another thing that I have found interesting as I've just walked through, and this is just my own observation, is that there's no cactus. I mean, we are surrounded by natural desert where cactus is fairly abundant, but here where the waters have been, and even have not been for the last over a decade, there is no sign of any cactus down here. I wonder how long it takes for cactus to repopulate an area. Way off to the south of us is the Overton Beach Marina, which has been closed since 2008, I believe. There's a road going back in there. It's gated off. Campgrounds, an RV park. Crazy. And who knows if it will ever have water in front of it again. I've read on some of the reports that unless there's some kind of a drastic change, there's no reason at this point to suspect that Lake Mead will ever become full again. And then who knows? Weather patterns can change, and it could. Can't even go back in there and look at it. I would imagine it's all boarded up. So this was where the Gentry Hotel stood, and it said that after it was completed, notable people stayed here, including President Calvin Coolidge.
See, now there's a
And again,
post here,
the reason for it being here,
a post there,
well, and one of the reasons it was built here was because of the Arrowhead Trail.
here,
I suspect, based on what was previously posted, that
two, or
the home was bought out by the government, and that they dismantled the home and moved it.
Is that like metal piping or tile piping
Just
laying over?
pretty interesting.
yeah,
As you can see from the video, Angie's now telling you that we really enjoyed our 2.5-mile hike out to the ruins of St. Thomas, learning a little bit about the history of the area and the people who had lived here. Unfortunately, the vlogging camera had technical difficulties, so now it's me telling you. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe and follow Angie, Jazz, and I on our journey. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you down the road.